What's going on, everybody? It is a Ramp with Rampski Gaming, and we are going to go into an iRacing tweak for the force feedback that makes the game, for me, on a G29 wheel, feel significantly better and more similar to the other popular sim racing titles on the market. Alright, so the solution to the issue that I was having where the iRacing force feedback on my G29 just felt like it was lacking feedback-wise, that I couldn't tell what the car was doing. So after researching a little bit and wondering why this was, I learned that basically iRacing only outputs what a real-life wheel would feel like when you're in a car. And that's well and good, and maybe that's even better for somebody with a higher end wheel. But if you're on a lower tiered wheel, like I think the majority of the community probably is, then, you know, try this program out when you're running with iRacing and see if it makes a difference, because it significantly improved the feel of the game for me, because I'm so used to all these other sim racing titles, and then whenever I hopped on iRacing, it just I couldn't feel what the car was doing. So anyway, let's take a look in the description. You'll see a link for a program called irFFB. And I could be wrong about this, but I believe one of the developers of the game might have released this for people with lower tier wheels, so they can feel, I don't know, so the force feedback feels a little bit better. Now, the downside of this is it does introduce a small delay, and it's about 28 milliseconds. Now, after playing for a couple days and testing this out, I believe that the delay that it introduces is hardly noticeable. I don't even notice it. I wouldn't say hardly noticeable. I don't notice it at all. And maybe that's because I'm an average sim racer, just a normal dude or whatever. But the game feels a lot better to me. It feels like rFactor 2. It feels great. So anyway, I'm going to have the link down in the description. It's to this program, irFFB, and you will simply download the program of the newest version. You will open the program, and there it is. Okay, so what I did was I moved my irFFB file into my documents. So there it is. I made a folder in my documents. Here it is, and I simply put a start menu shortcut right there. So before I launch the game, all I have to do is launch irFFB, and I'm good to go. So we'll get into the settings that I'm using, and I'm on a G29. You always want to put this on 360 hertz. That way you don't have to install any third-party programs. There's a way to do this where it introduces less delay, and it's about 15 milliseconds that you would save. But honestly, this is easier to find out if you like this. If you don't like it, just get the program, run it in the background. If you have a G29, pop in these settings. I can't say that these settings are going to work for you for everything, but basically I like to have the minimum force on 10, maximum force on 30, no dampening, suspension bumps. I've been messing with this quite a bit. You could try, I tried 50, that felt pretty good. I tried it on 70, that might be a little bit much. I guess maybe it's more track dependent. SOP effect, which I think is called seat of pants effect. I could be wrong about that, but it's giving you more information about what's going on with the car when you're, going pretty fast, I guess, is that could be way off. But anyway, I got that at 30. I've been messing around with this for a couple days, and this is pretty good. This is where I have it right now. It makes my wheel feel 100 times better than what it used to feel like in iRacing. So anyway, this is automatically checked. You can't really change that, so that's good. And then use car specific settings and reduce force when parked. I have all of that. And then all you have to do when you get into the game is uncheck force feedback and leave this program running in the background, and it will fully use this information from this program to tell your wheel how to react, essentially. So give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. This is something that was kind of popular a couple years ago, it looked like, and then it kind of died off. And I guess that's maybe because the higher end wheels don't need this. But I do think this made a night and day difference for me. I have a couple buddies that tried it. They love it. and here's the settings that we've been using, and you know, give it a shot. Let me know how it works, and if you guys found it helpful, give me a sub, give me a like. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.